We live. We have to do it. Have to do it again. So, man, but she will. Like, if she wouldn't, she wouldn't be with me. That's back in the day on you. You know what I'm saying? I remember like I was saying at the beginning of the show, like I had a guy, and I think what I'm saying, I think everybody has a God complex. It's about how you use it. You know what I'm saying? If you because you can use it for good, you use it for bad. I most definitely use mine for bad. Mm. Hmm. Like if you walk, like I say, like one of the definitions of having a God complex is walking around here in this world and not fearing no consequences. You break the rules, you don't follow the rules, especially the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's rules and regulations and you know what I'm saying, and ins and outs to you know what I'm saying, to every game that you play. You know what I'm saying? Every you know what I'm saying, in every aspect of life, like love, work, you know what I'm saying, career, you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, peace, you know what I'm saying, religion, you know what I'm saying. There's boundaries and there are things that you know, whatever is due to maintain. Yeah. And so because especially you know what I'm saying, some especially when you especially you can really fall into that because you feel like that you're doing it all, but you're not doing it all. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not doing it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's when you know what I'm saying God come in and you know what I'm saying, and, you know what I'm saying, that's when you stop giving him the glory and start giving yourself the glory. That's one of the reasons I have a God complex. Um, and then me, I had a God complex and I knew it. And so I used it, you know what I'm saying? I used it for my I most definitely used it to for my for my advantage to make other people have, you know what I'm saying, for my advantage. So if you have all the advantage, then the person you're dealing with has the disadvantage. And that's you know what I'm saying, that's what you strived on and that's what you worked on. And that's how you got what you wanted. You wanted to do what you wanted to do because they, you know what I'm saying, you have in a cobra clutch, you know what I'm saying, of emotions or you know what I'm saying, or whatever you want to call it. So what see my God complex was that I used to play on people's feelings, to play on emotions. So you play on people's emotions, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They get to going wherever you need them to go, wherever you want them to go. It's horrible. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was between 19 and 28. You know what I'm saying? And it put me like in a lot of situations too. Like in a lot of bad situations too. I remember the worst situation that I got into. I got into. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that kind of made me realize, like, man, you know what, God, I'm playing God, but God saved me. It's when a woman tried to poison my food because she was mad at me because of the argument we had before, the day before. Because you know what I'm saying, I was over our house. You know what I'm saying? I came over our house at 2 o'clock. So what are we doing? Like this is what we do. I always come over there like about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and still you know what I'm saying. Gotta be work at 8. You know sometimes I do that like twice a week or something like that. She was one of my regulars. You know what I'm saying? Never gonna be without. That was the time. You know what I'm saying? That was the time. You know what I'm saying? That was the time. You know, the time period. You know, period piece. You know, the time period piece of my life. You know what I'm saying? So period piece. You know what I'm saying? Uh, go back in time like Outlander. You know what I'm saying? We doing Outlander right now. You know what I'm saying? Like this episode, I really should call this episode Outlander. If anybody not familiar with the show Outlander, if you know Outlander, you probably laugh right now, like, cause this is gonna. And then when you listen to the show, you be like, damn, you know what? He wasn't lying. We're gonna go back forward, go back and forth, but it all gonna make sense. Uh, um, now I remember the worst thing. Like I said, she put my food. She put raid in my food. She put raid in my mashed potatoes because like Cause it's like I said, because of the argument we had before. Cause like I said, I came up like 2 o'clock in the morning, so my routine was 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been doing for like 6 months. Like you know what I'm saying? So shoot, that's what we do. We go see, she come, whatever, she worked or whatever. Case may whatever case may be, is I was like 2 7 in the morning. She probably had a different whatever. I don't care. What am I playing? You know what I'm saying? What problem? Well, I don't care. Um, like one more problem. So I'm like, okay, cool. I smash on her. And then, you know what I'm saying? I'm laying in bed. I'm about to go, you know what I'm saying? I go to the bathroom, wipe my whipping off, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Call me the traveling man. Like, that's the mindset I had. Like, I used to tell myself that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the women, you know what I'm saying, had men, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Had men. And I was like, man, because I was like, why are you worried about, like, what I'm going on? And you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you worry about me kissing and hugging you, but you gotta, you know what I'm saying? But you got a man at home that loves you. So I don't need you all in mine. I thought that was real. So, you know what I'm saying? That's true. I believe that. You know, I heard that from a song. I was like, man, that's so true. Real. Facts. Put it in, you know what I'm saying? Put it in my standards. You know what I'm saying? Put it in my, you know what I'm saying? Put it in my repertoire. Was bad, and you know what I'm saying, putting adding bad, you know what I'm saying, negative, you know what I'm saying, negative tendencies, you know what I'm saying. No God in that at all, but my, you know what I'm saying, but myself. Woo! No God in it but myself. So praising myself, making myself look better. You know what I'm saying? Do what I gotta do. And so I smashed on it and then I'm like I said, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm wiping, like I said, I'm wiping my weapon off. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, what up? You know what I'm saying? We'll go back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get a towel, shit. You know what I'm saying? Take a whole bath. Even though I'm going back into the house. And sometimes, but sometimes I used to go like to someone else's house too. So it was kind of like my routine. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I used to do. I'm like, so you got that? You know what I'm saying? You already know. Shout out to Nicole, Ed. Shout out to Mercy Ann. Shout out to Mo Joe. Shout out to Jeremy Walker. Shout out to brother. Proctor. I don't say that wrong. I'm sorry, brother. You know what I'm saying? And, shout out to Mercy. And I actually listened to your podcast. I actually went to your page and listened to your podcast. And you're, I think you're on like what you say, the 17th chapter of your book. And it was about. I know it's a side note, but still, I like to. You know, so I appreciate people. You know what I'm saying? Who listen. So I'm trying to go back to the people who you know what I'm saying, who show me love. So I'm gonna show love. That's the definition of one of the definition of like what I do is kind of like, man, you know, you show love, man. You know, say if you show love, people show love back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's and that's positive energy in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, so we do this for a reason. We do this to help people, not, you know what I'm saying, not for, you know, not for ourselves. And so but go back to what I was saying, is like I would use it you were talking about. And so you made me understand the reason what you do, because you said you was like, this book is about your book is about the things to do while you single, doing the things while like this is a single person, but you know what I'm saying, this is the like, you know, like how to, you know, basically how to do things, you know, to do other things, not trying to wait for somebody, you know what I'm saying, but you know, actually doing things to do other things, you know, so you can do other things to, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, and that was real cool. And I understood that, you know what I'm saying, that was that's brilliant. I just wanted to tell you, you know what I'm saying, keep doing what you're doing, it makes sense. Shout out to Mercy. You know what I'm saying? But and like I said, if anybody want to be a guest on the Real World J podcast, all you gotta do is hit that button. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a show. This is our top podcast, top show. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I tell people all the time, it's like, you know, it's a community. It's community talk to one another. You know what I'm saying? One person talking and everybody's listening. That, you know what I'm saying, that becomes a dictatorship. Everybody talking among each other. That's how you grow. You learn new things. You know what I'm saying? Closed mouth don't get fed. Old school saying, but it's real talk. And that goes to that just is, that goes to like every really form of passion of, you know what I'm saying, a lot. You know what I'm saying? But back to the story, I was like, okay, cool. See that the guy complex. We gotta get back to the I gotta finish it because I don't let y'all know what happened. There's a reason why I got raided my food. You know what I'm saying? It's that because in the day, there's always a story. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause in the end of the day, how did they get there? If a person go there, how did they get there? Where's the story? How did they get there? Did they stab or did it is the story? There gotta be something. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I love stories. I love people. Because people lives are more fascinating than TV. Jeez. But let's go. And then so I remember that I then so I put my clothes back on, and then she was like, "So what we doing?" I was like, "What you mean what we doing?" I said, "I'm about to go." And, and this was about like 4:30. She was like, "You're not gonna stay the night?" I was like, "Do I ever stay the night?" I was like, I'm good. Like you know, so everything good straight on me. I don't mind driving 4 o'clock and 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and go home. Well, because in the day I still gotta go to work. So I'm good. I have a goal. You know what I'm saying? I got a target. You know what I'm saying? I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my little couple hours of sleep because I know I need to do it the next day. I'm gonna do whatever I need. I'm gonna work, but then I'm gonna play hard. You know what I'm saying? No matter if I work hard and I play hard, nobody gotta say nothing to me. And nobody gotta say nothing to me. And nobody say something to me, they're the problem. Boy, that's ass backwards. Especially if you're hurting people. But so I was shooting like, what we doing? I said, nothing. I'm gonna go. Like, why you spending the night? Why you gonna spend the night? Because I was like, cause that's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's not what we do. She was like, what you mean? Like, you didn't think that it was gonna be something? This was how it was gonna be? I was like, yeah, because I was like, because how you started is how you finish with me. Oh, I chose the people in my life if I wanted them to grow in my life with me. Can't tell me that ain't God complex. But it's like not, but everybody like no, no, it was just like women. It was just like women. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like I decided, fuck how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So I remember she was like in the garage. I said, nah. I said at the end of the day, I said me and you gonna be having these problems. You when we having a problem, when we be having this conversation. If you love me with your mind and not your heart, and everything, you know what I'm saying, and everything be alright. That's what I do. That is horrible. That is so horrible to say to someone, you know, someone smart care about you. You know, you acting like the boyfriend, you playing like the boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? You talking to, you texting the, you know what I'm saying, with the rule, but you still come through when you come through. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know what I'm saying. I'm in my mind, I'm just keeping it wet. God complex. You know what I'm saying? Like you thinking it's something else. It's one thing you thinking it's something else. That's not my fault. That's not my fault that you thinking it's another thing. It is. It really is though, because if you gonna play it, if you're gonna play it, they're gonna believe it. Especially if you're really good at playing at it, and you know exactly, and you know exactly what to do because you know what type of, you know what I'm saying, because you know what type of women is because this, you know what I'm saying, because you know what type of man you are. Like, man, you're a lover, you're a predator. Once the kill is gone, the thrill is gone. Woo! God complex. Yeah, real talk. That guy to think. So I love, you know, so I said, love Jay with your mind and not your heart, and everything be all right. And she was like, all right, then, you know, okay, my bad, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I threw out the bounce. She was like, you know what I'm saying? You come over. You know what? You ain't doing nothing on Friday. You don't do no Friday. So I was like, nah, I really don't. And that was before I started adding things, other things to my life. You know what I'm saying? And that makes sense when I say that. Uh, I went over there. You know, like she don't even know, like, you know what I'm saying? I lived in roaches and ratchet, what I'm saying, the roaches and rats, you know what I'm saying? I lived in project half my life, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what rays smell like, you know what I'm saying? We had two cans, you know what I'm saying? We had two cans, you can find one, you gotta help. You know what I'm saying? I know what rays smell like. I know the different fragrances and everything, you know what I'm saying? Different kinds, you know what I'm saying? I remember it's the hardcore when it first came out, hardcore. I'm 40, so when it was saturated. Uh, but, yeah, I smelled that. You try to poison me? I manipulated her. You know what I'm saying? I played her. You know what I'm saying? I did this and this and that. Everything she's saying is true, but I can't say that. I can. I didn't, because you know I wanted. I had to. I had to say what I say, and I had to do what I had to do, and I had to be around, get what I wanted. Just filling the holes in my day. God come flag. Real Roy J podcast show. Let's go. I love it. Uh, I used to love it. See, you know what I mean? Like, cause like, even the God complex is like, I'm like my old trophies is like, man, this is the time I used to, man, that these are the times that I, this is the times that I'm most happiest. Like sometimes I'm like, these are the times I'm most happiest when I go back to the past. And you know what I'm saying? Going back to the past is bad. Even for somebody like, even somebody that's my God complex, cause, cause you be like, man, I don't know if I can do it again. I see why, you know what I'm saying? Because I see why. I see why. I understand why I don't like think about it. How much I think y'all think I do because because that would be the direction I'd be going. You know what I'm saying? I just do it every now and then. Just be like, man, you know what I'm saying? You're the man. You're the man. You know what I'm saying? Some theme music. Part, you know what I'm saying? Part of, you know what I'm saying? You got the theme music, and then you got the, you know what I'm saying? You got the visual in the background. That's what it is. That's what it is for me sometimes. I'll be tripping. Shout out to 12 listeners listen to wisdom. Shout out to Kevin, the critic. Shout out to Cecilia Grace. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to Mr. Two Extra. I like that. Shout out to Cole Brown, Mr. Mojo, Jeremy Watkins. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Kobe, Kobe. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I remember, and then so I remember I put the table in and she was saying I was this and that. I was just this and that. But everything she said was true. Well, I wasn't gonna tell her that because I was mad because you poisoned me. You try to commit attempted murder because you was caught up. You know, so you was caught up in so much emotion. Yeah, I created that. But dang, but you well, something you create, something you can die from. It can blow up, and that's exactly what it did. It woke me up. But I still, it just see what it did. See what it did. The guy pressing me. It woke me up to just not target, just not date women like the women I was trying to target at the time. Like I had certain type of women I was trying to target. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave them alone. Okay, that's where it goes to. See, and that's not and that's not the learning. That's not the lesson and the learning that I supposed to get from that. See, straight guy complex. That was not what I was supposed to receive from that at all. That was not what I was supposed to receive from there at all. So, and I know that. That makes sense. Like I know that now. I'm just like um, so it just made me go to a different type of woman. and I set myself a better one. But we don't got time for that. That ha- has a lot to lose if they, if they had that in them, or if they condone in that, in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? Some people have some, so that's what, having things will control, will control, not control you, but will make you mindful of how you do and what you do, and what you do, and how you say it, and what you say. That's supposed to call accountability. You put things in your life to hold accountability. You ain't even talked about, if you work for somebody, you ain't talked about crazy if you got a mortgage. You don't walk in there with an attitude every day. Somebody paying you, give them what they want. But you know what I'm saying? And when you clock out, you know what I'm saying? You do what you do. But I remember, and then so I remember I was talking. So then I remember went to the strip club one day, and then I remember I ended up talking to a stripper. But I knew I'm not like me and being in love with anything like that. I was just talking to, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew what she triple. So in my mind, my guy confidence like she a triple. So this is it. She just a, you know what I'm saying? She you know what I'm saying? She just a, you know what I'm saying? She's just a she's just a bump buddy. You know what I'm saying? That's all she is. You go no farther with that. Anybody who does that, I always have to share the story. There's no good stories. There's not a lot of good stories when you come from that. You know what I'm saying? When you do that. But whatever. People change, people grow. I'm just saying what I'm saying. You have more, but you'll have more horror stories than good stories about dating stripper. Or I'll say trying to date a stripper because you ain't dating. So I ain't dating. I was just, what I'm saying, boom. She was fine. I was fine. God, got that. And then she put me on to this agency, this agency. She put me on to the agency that they employ like men and women. You know what I'm saying? Of course, men and women for this agency, like this independent contractor agency was like it was an agency. I'm not trying to say it. I guess I don't know a bit better. It was this agency that employed people. It was specific. They only employed people, you know what I'm saying, like to like their specialty their their specialty was ingraining people in other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Just like if so, if a couple needed a spark, or they just wanted, you know what I'm saying, like a black guy, like a just for example, like a white guy, like a white couple wanted a black guy. You know what I'm saying? She wanted, they want a black guy to have sex with the wife. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever case may be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, or you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or a black couple may want a black guy, or a white guy. You know what I'm saying? Like they employ all kind of nationalities, you know what I'm saying, to service the service that was serving. You know what I mean? And so I didn't know. So I'm like 24, and I'm getting. So I got in. So basically, I got introduced to this community called Chokehold. Well, so I didn't even know what it. I never heard of it. I mean, never seen it, never watched it on. Like I never heard of it. Some things you don't know until you walk into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm already just like, so that was the job. So that was a job. You know what I'm saying? That was a job. Um, and I did that for like about 5 years. So I had two jobs. I had two jobs. That's my part time job, and then during that 5 years, I was going to school full time. So my days were full. My nights were full too. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah, and so I did that for like 5 years. Like I was like so I used to go on like stay vacations, you know what I'm saying, hotels, and, you know what I'm saying, go to the house. But they always had like, but it was an agency, you know what I'm saying. So they always had like a like a guard, you know what I'm saying. Like I always came with someone, you know what I'm saying. But they stood outside, make sure they were straight, you know what I'm saying. Walk around, make sure everything's straight. So they're real professional. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, you pay what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? So it was I did that. So that was a guy compliment because I felt so much like, and so I'm smashed. So I'm use the word smash, but me, I'm having sex with another man's whacking he over there sitting there. You know what I'm saying? You not to, you know what I'm saying, like having sex with stuff like, and I'm just I'm just like corner my eye of the rip. I'm looking at it, I'm just like just doing and saying whatever, and it was in her dream. This is a life dream come true. Like I'm part of her. I was part of her dream, and those that should never forget me. I'm a God confidence. Like man, they always remember the first one. I mean, they do, but man, you don't take that to the next level. See, there's a story behind it, and I'm a showsman, so I'm putting on a show, so I'm getting requested all the time. I make it to, you know what I'm saying. I make it to bull status. God complex. Who's stopping me? Who's watching me? Yeah. Tell the truth in the booth. Tell the truth in the booth. Difficult. You know what I'm saying?